Hello and welcome to Act 1, Scene 2 of my analysis of Othello. Kathy Williams-Devries here with a postgraduate degree in Shakespeare Studies. Now in this scene, Iago, being the two-faced bastard he is, has gone to warn Othello of the angry mob that's about to come. And Othello's saying that, well, you know, they have such great respect for me for you know, his war efforts that he's sure that they can appease it. But it turns out that it's actually Cassio wanting Othello to come to the Duke because of the war, and it's not till a little bit later that Brabantio comes in and is absolutely convinced that the Moor has used some sort of magic on his daughter in order to win her affections, and they're all going to go to the Duke, seeing that Othello's got to go to the Duke about the war anyway. So Othello comes in with Iago, and Iago says, "Though in the trade of war I have slain men, yet do I hold it the very stuff of the conscience to do no contrived murder." In other words, he'd kill in wartime, but not premeditated. "I lack iniquity sometime to do me service. 9 or 10 times I thought to have yerked him here under the ribs." Stabbed Roderigo. So I think he's trying to say that Roderigo has actually raised this angry mob, not Iago himself. "'Tis better as it is. Nay, but he prated and spoke such scurvy and provoking terms against your honour, that with the little godliness I have, I did full hard forbear him." In other words, had to restrain himself from attacking him. "But I pray you, sir, are you fast married? Are you legitimately married? Be assured of this, that the Magnifico," in other words Brabantio, "is much beloved, and hath in his effect a voice potential as double as the Duke." He has twice the power of the Duke, politically I suppose. "He will divorce you, or put upon you what restraint or grievance the law with all his might to enforce it on will give him cable." So the Duke has the power to make life pretty bad for Othello. Othello comes back with, "Let him do his spite. My services which I have done the Signory shall out-tongue his complaints." In other words, his war record will speak for itself and outdo the complaints of Brabantio. "'Tis yet to know which, when I know that boasting is an honour, I shall promulgate. I fetch my life and being from men of royal siege, and my demerits may speak unbonneted." In other words, he's got a clear conscience. "To as proud a fortune as this that I've reached, for no Iago, but that I love the gentle Desdemona, I would not my unhoused free condition put into circumscription and confine for the sea's work of earth. But look what lights come yond. Those are the razed father and his friends, you were best to go in." So that's Brabantio on the way. "Not I must be found, my parts, my title, and my perfect soul shall manifestly rightly, is it they?" So he's not afraid of them. By Janus, in other words, a two-faced Roman god, which is quite apt for Iago really, "I think no. The servants of the Duke and my lieutenant, the goodness of the night upon you, friends, what is the news?" Cassio says, "The Duke does greet you, General, and he requires your post-haste appearance even on the instant." So it's not the angry mob at all, it's the Duke wanting his presence. "What is the matter, think you? Something from Cyprus, as I may divine. It is a business of some heat. The galleys have sent a dozen sequent messages this very night at one another's heel." Sequential, you get it? Messages after messages. "This very night at one another's heels, and many of the consuls raised and meet are at the Duke's already." So they've sent messages out to all the generals. "You have been hotly called for, when, being not at your lodging to be found, the Senate sent about 3 several quests to search you out. 'Tis well I am found by you. I will but spend a word here in the house and go with you." Cassio says, "Ensign, what makes he here?" And Iago is making a reference, even though is making a reference here to Desdemona as a boat. Faith, he tonight hath boarded a land carrack, if it prove lawful prize he's made forever. In other words, if the marriage turns out to be legitimate, he's financially set for life. Cassio says, I do not understand. Iago says he's married. To who? Marry. And here, marry is a mild oath for Mary. But is he married? Marry to. Come, captain, will you go? Have with you. Here comes another troop to seek for you. It is Brabantio, general. Be advised, he comes to bad intent. Hello, stand there, signor, it is the Moor. Down with him, thief, says Brabantio. Iago draws his sword. You, Roderigo, come, sir, I am for you. So he didn't go for him. Keep up your bright swords, for the Jew will rust them. In other words, put them away. Because it's that late, I suppose, that the Jew has come down. Bon signor, you shall have more command with years than your weapons. I respect him more for his years of service rather than the weapon. Okay, Brabantio has quite a speech here. O thou foul thief, where hast thou stowed my daughter? Damned as thou art, thou hast enchanted her. For I'll refer me to all things of sense, by common sense. If she be in chains of magic, were not bound. If she in chains of magic were not bound, whether a maid so tender, fair, and happy, so opposite to marriage that she shunned the wealthy curled darlings of our nation, would ever have to incur a general mock, run from her guardage to the sooty bosom of such a thing as thou, to fear, not to delight. Judge me, the world, if 'tis not gross in sense, that thou hast practised on her with foul charms, abused her delicate youth with drugs or minerals that weakens motion. I'll have it disputed on, 'tis probable and palpable to thinking. I therefore apprehend and do attach thee for an abuser of the world, a practiser of arts inhabited and out of warrant. So Brabantio is absolutely convinced that there's magic involved, because he can't imagine his daughter marrying someone like the Moor, so gentle and going against her father's wishes. I mean, he said that she didn't want marriage because she's turned down men before, and how on earth would she marry the Moor unless she was enchanted? Othello says, hold your hands, both you of my inclining and the rest. Were it my cue to fight, I should have known it without a prompter. Whither will you that I go to answer this your charge? To prison, 'tis fit till fit time of law and course of direct session call thee to answer. So they're going to go to the Duke. Although Brabantio says he should be in prison. What if I do obey? How may the Duke be therewith satisfied, whose messages are here about my side upon some present business of state, to bring me to him? So he's going to the Duke anyway. 'Tis true, most worthy signor, the Duke's in council, and your noble self, I am sure, is sent for. Brabantio says, how, the Duke in council in this time of night? Bring him away, mine's not an idle cause. The Duke himself, or any of my brothers of the state, cannot but feel this wrong as 'twere their own, for as such actions may of passage free, bondslaves and pagans should our statesmen be. So he's a bit surprised that the Duke at this late hour is still in council, but that this issue is pressing enough that he has to go see the Duke as well, even though the Duke is occupied with matters of war. Okay, so that's Act 1, Scene 2. Please join me for Act 1, Scene 3.